Owen, a 3-1 defeat here against Notts County. Your thoughts in the aftermath of that one?
It's difficult straight after the game, obviously because emotions are still raw and stuff, but it's not good enough. We know that. I think obviously we've scored really late on to make it 3-1, but 3-0 down at home, it's never going to be acceptable for us. And yeah, all we can do is apologise for that really, and get better. We'll have to get better.
What was going through the minds of the players, from your point of view, when you are 3-0 down and there's a few fans filtering out to the exits?
I think it's just a frustration. You understand the fans pay money to come watch it, and what we produced was nowhere near good enough. So yeah, I think you can take it two ways. You can either sulk about it and sit and feel sorry for yourself, or you can go again and really kind of try and turn it around. And that's what we'll have to do. And I'm confident with the group we've got that we will turn it around. And obviously the management are great, and I'm sure they'll help in every way they can. But yeah, everyone's hurting, and because we know it's not good enough. But yeah, that was just all I was going to say. But obviously we need to turn it around.
The nature of the goals seemed soft. Is that a fair assessment?
I haven't seen them back fully, but yeah, at the time it felt that way. Obviously the first one comes from a set play, which is obviously something that we never ever want to concede from a set play, and we knew exactly the way that they were going to do them before the game, so there's no real excuse for that. The second one's obviously a throw-in, and then Macaulay Longstaff, who scored 40-odd goals last season, unmarked in the box. And then the last goal, he's obviously travelled 40, 50 yards with the ball before obviously it ends up in a goal. So from our point of view, there's so much we can work on, and so many ways we could have prevented them goals. But I suppose if you flip it, that's a positive, because we're beating ourselves at the minute. We're not getting ripped open and torn apart and millions of chances against us. The goals are poor. And very preventable. So I suppose you could say that's a positive, because obviously, they're kind of mistakes more than anything.
Of all the players, Langstaff, someone you know so well.
Yeah, I know. Frustrating. Obviously, I know the quality he's got. I know that when he gets a chance, he'll score. So yeah, he's got 2 today, and it's no surprise to me.
Grant McCann's just been in here, said that he's gutted. Is that something that is reflected across the group?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's hurting. I'm sure it'll frustrate everyone tonight, and everyone will think about it tonight, tomorrow, Monday. We're obviously going into next week, but you've got to use it as fuel. Like I said before, it's pointless sulking about it. It's not gonna help anything. So we've got to really roll our sleeves up and dig in and sort it out and turn it around. But the management have made that clear that we're going to work hard and we're going to do that.
Digging in and rolling your sleeves up, is that something which you feel you are bringing at the moment? I will say that Grant McCann said he wishes he'd had 11 Owen Baileys out there this afternoon.
Well, I'll always get stuck in and put my body kind of where it hurts, but I wasn't good enough today neither. We've been beat 3-1 at home, so that's that really.
What have you made of the opening few games this season? Because it seems topsy-turvy, decent performances against Hull, not too bad a night the other night against Mansfield, but then there's been some real lows already.
Yeah, I think obviously we've conceded quite a few goals so far, and obviously we haven't scored many, so naturally in football that's not going to end up well, is it? And the whole game was a massive high for everyone, and that shows how good we can be, and we all know that, and that was kind of a perfect performance from this group, sprinting everywhere, pressing, high energy, clinical on the counter-attack, and when we had the ball, calm and composed and keeping it. Obviously Mansfield was kind of a step back in the right direction, but feels like low again. Obviously after a day it feels like kind of back to the drawing board again, so we just need to find a consistency in 2 games in a week and try and really push on and start getting some points.
How have you found it in terms of the quality up from the National League?
Yeah, it's obviously a step up. There's obviously some really good players, but playing against Notts today, we played against them last year, so obviously I knew going into the game how good they were. I knew the way they played. So it was no surprise to me the way that they played today. So yeah, it is obviously it is a step up, but I think we've got a good enough group to kind of deal with that and turn it around now.
What's a good season from your perspective for you on a personal level?
I just want to play as many games and help the team win. That's as simple as it gets, to be honest. I want to be a part of this club and a part of this team and pushing on, trying to get promoted. The aim hasn't changed. We've started really badly. There's no beating around the bush, but we can turn it around, and we've got the players that can turn it around. But we can sit here and talk all we want. We'll have to do it. And starting Saturday, we'll have to do it.
Cheers. I just wanted to ask about the timing of the goals you conceded as well, obviously early on in the second half. Did that sort of, how did that affect you from a mental perspective? It must have really knocked the wind out of your sails after your half-time team talk.
Yeah, I think when you're sitting at half-time and you make a few changes and everyone's kind of sat there saying, come on, we've got a chance to get back in the game here, and I think everyone was really positive going out for the second half because we hadn't been outplayed by any stretch of the imagination. We were massively in the game. So obviously to concede so softly, so early, it does knock the stuffing out of you a bit, but we need to be so much stronger than that and more kind of resolute because, it is an early goal, but we can't just lie down and accept getting beat. We'll have to then react and be better and kind of, push more for goals and not just kind of accept the defeat, really.
Yeah, and how much belief is there in the squad that you actually can deliver a lot better than what you have today?
Yeah, there is. Everyone in the change room there is hurting. Obviously fans will be disappointed, but the lads in there are just as disappointed as anyone. And ultimately we're the kind of ones who can turn it around. So, we need to get our heads together and really sort of do that. But yeah, it is frustrating. And it's been a frustrating couple of weeks, really.